Hey everyone, it's me again, Jamie, for the Game Shed. How are you all doing? That's a rhetorical question, you can't answer that because it's the internet, and this video was recorded some hours before you're actually now watching it. Anyway, beside the point, today I am playing digital pinball for the Sega Saturn. This was a sort of impulse buy of a game, which was sort of enabled by one of our top Twitter followers who we like to follow ourselves, a guy called Oz Retro Gamer, who got us into the whole pinball thing. Now, pinball in general is a thing of the 1970s, and with myself and Mark from the Game Shed being 80s children, we kind of missed the boat on pinball. So I'm sort of recapturing the whole pinball scene, the 70s mechanical gaming scene, if you like. But I will talk more about the Twitter gang later in this video. I'm going to kind of dedicate this video to you lot because quite frankly I know nothing about pinball, so anything I say I will just be blagging. I will be free winging it. So what can I tell you about this game? As you can see, it's, I don't know, it's a bit of a homoerotic intro. Lots of naked men getting very close to each other. Semi-naked, I should say. Look at that. I mean, that doesn't really strike me as menacing. More low-budget, soft porn movie. Man-on-man action. Not too keen on that. That doesn't detract from the game. So there you go. You can see you've got 4 pinball tables to choose from: Gladiators, Knights of the Roses, Dragon Showdown and Warlock. So I'm just going to pick one, which is Knight of the Roses, with that very unmenacing knight on a horse, and I shall get cracking. Now there's a ton of features on each of these tables. I will read you out from the instructions manual some of these ones on Knights of the Roses, if I can find it. Let's have a look. This instruction manual is very fat indeed. Right, so here's some of the special features. Special features are enabled by, if you see the yellow thing on your screen there, you can you've got to aim for those sections of the table to enable various features. I've already opened up a multi-ball where you can see more than one ball is flinging around the table at any one time. I'm not going to pretend to be good at pinball. I'm quite simply not good at pinball. I know, see, to me it's just a matter of just bash the hell out of the balls and see what happens. Here's the features on this table, or the rounds as they like to call them. There's Roses, there's Return to the Castle, Guardian Angels, Save Princess, where have we seen that one before? Dragon Cave, Black Knight, Take Up the Gauntlet. See, I knew it was a homoerotic game. Light Extra Ball, Light Wizard and Necromancer. All very frightening. That's all I can tell you. What do the features do? They just give you varying degrees of points for smacking your ball in various locations. Or they give you extra balls. And yeah, that's about it. But I mean, this is one of those types of games where you can just literally chill out, put your feet up on the coffee table and just play it with no regard to what the hell, anything that's going on at all, which is what I quite like to do sometimes when I get home. I don't like to all the time be fully engaged and concentrating on how the hell to beat the next boss. It's nice sometimes just to wing it. So that, I mean, pretty much sums up the game. It is available for 2 players. It's on the Sega Saturn. You can probably pick it up for about £7 sterling on ebay.co.uk. It's a good addition. There are better pinball games for the Sega Saturn, but I will come to that in the next few videos. True Pinball, for example. So yeah, that's pretty much my summing up of this game. If I was going to give it a score, it is quite enjoyable. I'll give it 8 out of 10 or 80%. I'm not going to continue here. I'm just going to move on to the next table. I'm going to cover 3 tables in this. I can't be bothered to do all 4, quite frankly, because I've got other stuff to do. I haven't really got anything else to do. I just couldn't really be bothered. It's Wednesday night, and no one has plans on a Wednesday unless you're a cinema goer and you've got 2 tickets for the price of 1, courtesy of Orange mobile telecommunication devices. But I'm digressing, getting well away from the subject. Let's talk Twitter. So I want to send a few little shout outs to a few of our followers who are keeping us entertained and busy this week. First of all, an apology to an @HSRhino1984 for forcing him to watch our last release video, which was Sonic R, despite not wanting to, because he knew what lay ahead, which was the theme tune. So sorry about that, mate. Hope your ears have stopped bleeding. Hopefully this video is a little bit more charming and unoffensive for your general well-being, really. So yeah. Also, another shout out to a chappie who goes by the name @AndroidJ4M3S. Good Twitter pal of ours, good businessman, retro game collector, who's recently rediscovered his love of all things gaming. You can actually read on our blog, www.thegameshed.com, an interview we did with James, the aforementioned Twitter user, who has just, he's sort of rebuilding his collection after some time. There's a nice little piece on there and a lot of photos of his retro gaming collection. So big shout out to you, James. Also one of our newer followers, Bearded Ninja, liking your stuff so far, giving us plenty of positive feedback. It's a nice one. Another interview with somebody we've done on our blog is NES_4Life, that's 4 the number. Another retro gaming enthusiast with a lovely collection which we featured on the blog. Got some absolutely stunning hardware in that collection, so big shout out to you. Back to the first Twitter follower I mentioned, @OzRetroGamer, one of the top guys in the collecting business with a Twitter account. Such a helpful guy. Made us find the right path with pinball games by pointing us to the cleverly titled Pinball on the NES. Fell in love with that and been sort of spiraling since there. So thank you very much, mate, and keep on trucking, son. Another shout out to our first interviewee we covered on the blog. Someone with a joint collection of retro gaming consoles and games. A guy who goes by the name of @ShinboJack. Name is Aldo. Has a place called the Retro Games Corner. Can be found on our blog. Stunning stuff there. They've got an absolutely beautiful room set up just for retro gaming. So go check that out on the blog. Give them a little hello on Twitter. Another person to mention, @RetroGamesColl, COLL with 2 L's. Excellent feedback, excellent website. Go check it out. It's brilliant. Another of our new followers, a guy by the name of @Graphure, GRAPHURE, retro gaming enthusiast who recently picked up a boxed Sinclair. Absolutely stunning stuff. Also a musical synth music collector and lover. got all the time in the world, because those of you who follow us carefully know that myself and Mark are into our music as well, and any of the intro music you hear on our videos and the outro music's created in-house by myself. More information can be got on our music by dropping us an email or a tweet or whatever. Another shout out to Amanda 30,000, who tweeted us earlier in the week that she got the game The Darkness 2 and was very disappointed in completing it in under 10 hours. We felt your pain. Never good to be cheated on a newly anticipated game. Just, you know, you look forward to that game for so long and it's over so quick. Hang on. Oh, that is gaming. Yeah, we are talking about gaming. So, sorry about that, Amanda 30,000. If anyone's got any suggestions of another game that she could delve into, let us know and we'll pass it on. And one, not the last shout, penultimate shout to @Mr. Light Ideas, who is a Minecraft enthusiast. You can watch his Minecraft videos on YouTube. Just follow him on Twitter and follow the links. I believe his YouTube channel is YouTube/Mr. Light Ideas. That's all one word. So go check out his videos. I don't quite understand Minecraft myself, so I'm not going to pretend to know anything about it. It's all very confusing and looks a little bit too much like Lego for me to be interested in. But anyway, love what you're doing, mate. Keep at it. So the last person I want to mention is someone who caught our eye with an amazing tweet earlier this week, which said something like retro find of the week. Now we're massive retro games collectors and console collectors, and to see a shout like find of the week kind of made us raise an eyebrow and prick an ear. So we had a look at the tweet, and oh my god, if he wasn't right. He's only gone and bought a video game store which was going bust, for the total value, including stock, hardware, including I think it's a PS2 unit stand, and all the games that are left over in the shop, for $3,000. And he's in Jacksonville, Florida, so keep your eyes peeled to our blog for updates on that. And his Twitter username is @VideoGamesRescue. Now he does an excellent podcast. I was listening to this on my lunch break today. Absolutely phenomenal podcast, which brought to my attention an app for the iPhone. Let me just find out what it's called. It basically, if you're a video game collector, it catalogues any of the games that you have, so you can keep an eye on it. Right, it's called Video Games Manager, and it's by a company called Sortit Apps. It's free. You can scan in your game's barcodes, etc, etc. There's tons to do, and it keeps all your games managed in a sort of iBooks style library. So I mean, if you're out collecting games, you might be at a car boot sale, or you know, flea market, or wherever you might be, and you can't remember if you've got that game or not. You've seen it at a reasonable price, but enough to sort of burn a hole in your wallet, and you're thinking, do I have that game? It's not that easy to keep on top of the games you have sometimes. I know myself and Mark were on the phone the other day, both in the shop, looking for retro games, and he called me to say, I've seen this. At the same time, I told him I'd seen something else, and we couldn't remember if each other had got the game. Now, you need not worry if you've got Video Games Manager for your iOS system, because you can keep track of all your games. So I'd definitely recommend downloading that. And once again, thank you to @VideoGamesRescue, and good luck with your venture, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more about his store ventures very soon. Yeah, so In the background you have been watching Digital Pinball. I hope I haven't sent you all to sleep, but I needed to give you an update on the Twitter movement of this week. There have been plenty more users who we will send love out to in our next video. So if you're interested in following us, which you probably should, here's the address, @GameShed. Lots and lots of retro games, a couple things about newer games as well on our feed, and loads and loads of stuff coming up, and loads of content on our blog, thegameshed.com. Interviews, news, reviews, everything. So until the next video, my name's Jamie, and goodbye.